Am I the asshole? I locked myself in the basement for 4 hours and didn't help my wife with the baby.
Hot. I mean, totally inexcusable. I would never.
I, 30 male, and my wife, 29 female, have been married for 4 years now. We have a 2-month-old daughter. My wife is a stay-at-home mum and I work as a software engineer. I work remotely, so it hasn't been that awful to split responsibilities. We decided that we would be taking turns this weekend to take time for ourselves. Yesterday, my wife went with her friends for a girls' day out. She said she'd be back around 8 p.m. and to not wait for her to eat dinner together. At around 8:30 p.m, I called her because she still hadn't come home. She told me her friends were planning to have a sleepover as well, and she requested me to take care of our baby tonight. Before I could reply, she hung up on me. The thing is, our daughter, Rose, is colicky, so she doesn't sleep well. We usually take turns taking care of her because she cries a lot and it's very hard for one person to watch over her. I had to stay up all night yesterday with Rose. My wife came home at 4 a.m. and she was completely drunk. She just blacked out on the bed immediately after coming home. At around 8 a.m, I got us fries, nuggets, burgers and drinks for the both of us, a strawberry milkshake and a cold coffee for myself, a blueberry soda and espresso for her. At around 9 a.m, my wife woke up and she said she felt very sick and asked me if I could take care of Rose for a few more hours so that she could eat breakfast and rest for a little bit. I was exhausted at that point because I hadn't slept all night yesterday but agreed. I was really annoyed with her at that point though, because today was supposed to be a break for me and her getting drunk wasn't part of the plan. We both had breakfast and she went back to bed. I was scrolling Insta while waiting for my wife to wake up. At 1 p.m, she hadn't woken up yet, and I ended up having to cancel my lunch plan with my friends. I was beyond angry at that point, but decided to wait for her to wake up instead of waking her up. She finally woke up at 3 p.m. I handed Rose to my wife and told her I'm going to the basement to watch a movie and take a nap. I also asked her not to disturb me until I came out on my own, unless there was an emergency. I made myself a few grilled cheese sandwiches and took the strawberry shake with me to the basement. I set up an air mattress and some pillows, then locked the basement door. Then I watched a few episodes of my favourite show. I ended up falling asleep midway through the show and woke up around 7 p.m. to 40 missed calls from my wife. When I went up to check on her and the baby, she said that it was very irresponsible and rude for leaving her alone with the baby for so long.
Bullshit.
I got mad and told her at least I didn't get blackout drunk and leave you to take care of a colicky baby for more than a day on your own without any sleep. She started crying and told me I was horrible for guilting her like that. Am I the asshole?
You're not guilting her, you're giving her the reality of the situation. No, you are not the asshole.
Wholeheartedly, totally understand where this mum is coming from. Stay-at-home mum, he gets a break from the crying by going to work. She does not. So
He
she
works
gets
remote,
the opportunity.
meaning works from home.
Yeah, but he's basically able to tap out of that. Like headphones in, not having to hear it, not having to respond to it, not having to stop, whatever the hell he's doing in order to having to respond to it, you know?
Only for X amount of hours per day, though.
But
Which, once he does tap out, she could easily then go, cool, she's yours for a bit. Which is what it sounds like they have been doing.
yeah.
So for them to then make an arrangement with each other that we're each going to get a day, and her to then decide to get completely blackout drunk, rock up at 4 a.m., these are the consequences of your own actions. You've done this to yourself. No one forced you to get drunk. You now have to deal with this.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like from the wife's standpoint, I absolutely get taking the opportunity to fully get loose when you actually, when the opportunity presents itself, when literally every hour of your life outside of that time away from, like outside of the time that you're at your house is literally all you have to be you and not anything to anyone else.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the outcome. Like
Yeah,
the fact of the matter
level
is,
of responsibility.
like, yes, she's probably still feeling like shit right now, like hungover, but you physically can't function on sleep. With how long she left him with the baby for, knowing that he would essentially have to be awake constantly in order to be tending to her, it was dangerous for them to be left alone for that long.
Yeah.
So, like, justified asshole. Like, is it a shitty thing to say? Sure.
The truth hurts.
Yeah, like, could it have been said kinder? Could he have, rather than coming at her for her choices, because her going out, hanging out with her friends, staying out all night and getting drunk, not the problem. The issue was that when it came time for her to have her turn, so he could rest, she didn't.